I don't know who needs to hear this. Don't you hate when videos start off like that? But I don't know who needs to hear this. But if you're messing around with somebody who's married, if you're being intimate with them, let me tell you what's going to happen to you. What's going to happen? You're probably going to have a great time, for however long it lasts. It's gonna be, oh my God, this is so great, because married people act like they never had water before. Like they're in the desert and all of a sudden they get water and they're, oh, the water is so great. So they're doing everything in the world to you, and you're getting all this whatever from them, and it's just you're just soaking it up. It's great. But then when they stop and they go back to whoever it is they're going back to, and they act like they never knew you. Even if they see you on the street, they never knew you. They don't know you. But you were all in. You were like, this is great. I'm going to be with this person. They're going to leave that person for me. Boom. No, they're not. No. What's going to happen to you next is you're going to be like, why didn't they leave that person for me? Like, then you're going to be trying to get in touch with them again so you can rekindle, like you can get some answers. There are no answers for you. You were just there so they could drink as much water as possible, then go back in the desert and try to, survive again. You know what I'm saying? That's what you were there. You were the oasis, that was really an illusion. And, they went back to reality. That's what you were. And, after that sets in that they don't want nothing to do with you, you might get a little upset. You might get a little peeved about it. That's on you how you react. But the long run is you will never trust anyone. So if you get married, if you try to trust and you get married, you're not really going to trust your spouse, because you're going to be thinking they're out doing what you used to do to somebody else. And how much you used to do what you did to somebody else, and the things that you did are just unspeakable. So you're going to be looking at your mates and you're going to be like, oh, I know you're out there doing that. It's a good chance you might think that way before you get married, and you might not ever get married. You might not ever find any type of mate. You might be so skeptical of everyone that anyone who comes within your vicinity and is serious, you might be like, nah, because I know you're going to do to me what I used to do with somebody else. I know that's going to happen. Karma's going to be on your mind. And you're going to be punished. And that's just part of what's going to happen to you. There's a bunch of other stuff that goes along with that. You might actually, lose your life messing around. And there's other things, that's not as bad as losing your life, but you might wish you just never done it. So don't do it. Just leave them alone, because they're not worth what's going to be handed down to you. And, we're not even talking about with God, God being involved, because, the scriptures, God will say he says, don't mess around with somebody who's married, because he's going to punish both of you. And sometimes you're like, I did this. I'm still good. I'm still up walking, talking. No, you're probably lonely. You probably get all kind of thoughts in your heads and all kind of spirits in your head that don't belong there. You probably got something wrong with your body that you shouldn't have. You're not very social. You're not very nice to people. You're hiding the whole facade. You might have a kid out there somewhere that you don't claim. You got this whole lie going on, and you have to keep this lie up for like until you hit the grave, and then you got to deal with God face to face. So don't mess with married people. Just as soon as you see that ring, or they say they're married, just be like, no, peace. It's just not worth it.